Welcome to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Things.
We're back, man. Episode 306.
Yes, sir.
We're going to get right into it. But first, shout out to my San Francisco 49ers for going to the Super Bowl for their quest for 6. Okay.
Man.
So, and last but not least at all, happy heavenly birthday to my father. He would be 65.
Yeah.
And watching the game today, it brought some tears to my eyes. You know, it's my father's birthday. The Niners won a monumental game today in order to go to the Super Bowl. So it was just filled with emotion. You know, it was a hell of a fucking game, man.
He would have been going crazy.
Oh, man, we would have lost it. The last Super Bowl me and my dad watched together was the Chiefs versus the Buccaneers. And we had a great time, man. So I'll always choose to remember that moment over anything else. But, you know, Let's get away from the despair and the sadness here, okay?
That's a celebration, man.
It's a celebration.
There's nothing sad about. I mean, it's sad, but I'm just saying it's a good memory, you know.
Absolutely, man. It's deeper. Sure. It's deeper than Niners win a Super Bowl. I'm gonna cry for sure. I cried today, but it's deeper than football. Just a football game. It's my father. All the times we had, good or bad, and a lot of down times. You know, there was a time my dad was battling homelessness, and I had to stay with my aunt for a while. And we always still got together and watched the 49er games, regardless of what was going on in the world. So it just the 49ers is always a bright spot in a place like a light. It was always the light during the dark. So
that's the thing about sports. I think we had a conversation like last week or the week before about somebody there was like they just didn't understand like why somebody would cry over a game or something like that. But that's it's one because you're so invested as a fan. You watch every game, you know the stats, you know the players, you know where they went to college, and you know all these different things. But then also there's like the family connection. You know what I mean? Like I have cousins and families and aunts and uncles and stuff that are 49er fans, and then obviously I am, and then even like similarly to you with the 49ers, my dad was always a huge Michigan football fan growing up, so I love watching Michigan. You know when they won a championship, I was like super excited. You know what I mean? So it's that same kind of thing. Sports is just a thing where I don't know. It's weird. Like when I see some of my family and we ain't seen each other in X amount of months or whatever, one thing that we can always go back to is a sports conversation. I don't know about the Niners, man. Like, we just drafted such and such, and, this person is hurt, but I think we'll be all right. You know what I mean? It's like always that conversation where you can pick right up. So
the Detroit Lions fan had a very parallel story with me. And basically there was a Detroit Lions fan that after they had beat the Buccaneers, he had tears in his eyes and he's crying. And people were like, why is this guy crying over a football game? It's just a game. But that's a very simplistic take because you don't know what's behind those tears. They interviewed the man. They found out that his father was a longtime Detroit Lions fan. They went to all the home games, and his father was also helping build Ford Field. So his dad was a construction guy, a part of the construction crew that built Ford Field where the Detroit Lions play. And his father died when his dad died, but he was only 14 years old. His dad died in a car accident. So when he goes to these games, and they reach the apex, or they get close to reaching the apex of success, which is making it to the Super Bowl and then ultimately winning, they hadn't been to the playoffs in a very long time. So that they hadn't even hosted a home playoffs like ever, I don't think. So this was a huge deal for them. But
they got a good team. And they fans was inside of Ford Field going crazy.
Yeah, they were. It was sold out crowd.
Watching
it was $20. It was $20 to go in there to watch that game. That was awesome. But shout out to Detroit. But y'all could go ahead and take that permanent vacation. Let's get into it.
What's the name got his last laugh too? Debo, he was beefing with the safety.
He wasn't beefing with that motherfucker. That dude was just talking.
Yeah, he called him a running back.
Yeah, I mean, dog, stop it. And then he was waving to the fans in the first half, and then that shit didn't.
You got to eat that.
Yeah, you got to play the Niners all 4 quarters, man. This is the Super Bowl caliber team. You can't be fucking waving to the fans and shit. Yeah, you got to play 4 quarters, buddy.
That's
let's get into it. Men, a study. I guess an Oxford study suggests men need at least 2 guys' nights out a week to stay healthy. Right. This is pretty anecdotal in my opinion. But let me continue with the read. A study conducted by the University of Oxford suggests that men grabbing a few drinks with your buds is not only a good time, it's essential to good health. The study conducted by Robin Dunbar, a psychologist and director of Oxford University Social and Evolutionary Neuroscience Research Group, determined that men must meet up with friends not just once, but twice a week. In order to recap full benefits of male friendship, bonds can be formed through a range of activities from team sports to male banter, or simply having a pint with your pals on a Friday night. Dunbar states, however, the key to maintaining strong friendships is to meet up twice a week and do stuff with the four closest people to you. According to the study, men who maintain social groups are less likely to suffer from depression caused by worries about money and job insecurity. They're even able to recover quicker from illnesses than those who with less social contact. Okay, here's my thing. I don't subscribe to this, and here's why. I think that if you need to meet up twice a week, especially if you're like a married person, you might hate your wife, right? That's one of the bad signs if you need to do that. Mm-hmm. Also, I think that sometimes women can be annoying to be around, but another like for extensive long periods of time. But they can also be very pleasant. They can also be very chill. Like you could just be sitting in an area with your wife or your girlfriend, and you guys are not even like exactly like you're just experiencing each other. Like you're not even really having to interact too much. Mm-hmm. And also, women have vaginas, and vaginas are awesome, right? Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't want to be around a bunch of fucking dudes all the time. Like, and then I don't drink beer like that. So I think for one, the main objective is being around. And this study really isn't about women at all, but I would assume that like a lot of men happen to be like engaged or married or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I think being around too much men can be a bad thing. Mm-hmm. I think that women offset the balance. Like they make it, they balance it out. Like if you're around loudmouth guys all day, like fuck that man, the Cardinals should have went, and they should have went there, and that's not right, man. Fucking bullshit. Like you need like being around that all the time. It's an overload.
Yeah.
You need to like get around a woman and just relax. And, women, like I said, women have vaginas and they cuddle and they smell good and things like that. And it's like a therapeutic element to being around women. It's like the femininity aspect is important in a man's life to balance out all the stuff. Mm-hmm. Right. So if you got to be around men multiple times a week, you might like dick. You might. I'm not saying you're gay, but there's at least a 40% chance that there'd be some dick in your future.
You might like getting pegged.
No. Look. You start hanging out twice a week with your boys, and then you come home to your wife and you be like, "Have you ever thought about pegging me?" All of a sudden, nigga want to get pegged.
That's crazy.
Dang.
I think that honestly, I think there's a lot of merit to it, especially hearing it more as like. It doesn't say anything about women. It more so says like just the health benefits of having a social outings with your friends.
Right.
And I think I would say like me being in a relationship that it's definitely important to like have like social, and it doesn't even have to be like having a beer. Like in there it suggests like if you got guys that you like my girl's dad that he goes and plays golf like a couple times a week, or he plays pool with like some of the fellas. They have like a team and stuff like that, or even with us we do the podcast.
Have your own hobbies.
Yeah, if it, and then even if it's like watching a game with the fellas or something like that, like I think that it's important to have like activities to do outside of your relationship
100%.
Because if you do everything together, like there's
too much.
You just run out of stuff to talk about. Like you together all the time, and you're just like experiencing life in real time together, which is nice. But I think that is important to like have your friends around, or even like you know, like for me, for example, like I meet up with, you know, a couple of my filmmaker guys, and we'll like, you know, work on our projects, or, you know, we'll do like location scouting and stuff like that. And a lot of times it is about like what's going on, but sometimes we'll just talk about life and, you know, what we're dealing with and stuff like that, and what our goals are. And it's just like, it's a breath of fresh air from your relationship. Cause sometimes I'll say a lot of times your relationship is work, you know, and there are great times. And then sometimes there's not so much, you know, great times. Sometimes you're arguing, or sometimes you're having to like figure out how you're going to pay for something, or, you know, it's like, you know, a relationship is like, it is like somewhat of a job. But when you with your fellas, like there's no part of it that is work, you know. It's just like there's no stakes, right? You're just like, you know, you're just having fun. So I think that 2 times a week I think it sounds a little crazy when you hear it, like, dang, you got to go have drinks 2 times a week. But it could literally be like one day, me and my guy, we go to the gym together every Monday, and then every Sunday we watch the football game. You know what I mean? Like it don't have to necessarily be like
that. Sounds like, a lot more realistic.
Yeah. I think that like hearing the article in that way, it makes a lot more sense.
Got it.
You know?
Got it.
Yeah.
Also too, I think that it, like beyond the alcohol, like you should do something outside of it. Just have something that preoccupies you. And I don't think many people talk about this, but you have to give like women the ability, or not the ability, but you have to give them the opportunity to miss you. And I think that too many men are in women's face all the time. Or some women say like, I like my man that smothers me. I want him with me all the time. No, you don't. Shut up. No, you don't. You don't want a motherfucking grown ass man that's up under you all day. So when you have a life that you're preoccupied by, whether you're writing, or you're doing a podcast, or you're writing a script, or you're going to the gym, or you're shooting golf, or whatever it is you're doing as a man that is away from your wife or away from your girlfriend, whatever the case, and she'll, even if she contacts you and she's not very pleasant, like, when are you coming home? Like, I've been calling, and you're like, hey, I'm just talking. I'll be headed that way in 20 minutes. You are better off being in that situation than being the guy that's like always home exactly when your wife says, or you're always there doing this. Like, bro, you need to have a life of your own.
Yeah, and we just seen our guy Mo out there. He was just chopping it up, and he said the same thing. Like, I got to get home to my girl and my kid.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm running late, but I'm pretty sure she's waiting on me. But I think you need to have a life that's exciting enough outside of your bubble or your relationship that, you know, once you break away from it, you're going to give your partner your time. However, like, bro, you got to have your own life, man. You got to have I've seen this shit go bad. I've heard some stories from women, man. They'll be like, my ex just like, he didn't want to do anything. Like, he just wanted to sit around. I didn't know why he was just like, nah. And then after I fucked her, she was like, no,
this guy.
You'd be surprised things women will tell you whenever they're like, you know, I guess in between relationships, or they like taking a break from their man. Yeah. They talk so bad about him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they talk so bad about that guy.
He's the worst person in the world.
He's the worst person in the world. And I don't co-sign any of it. I'm just like, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Because it's, you know, it ain't none of your business.
It's none of my business. I'm not going to co-sign. Just like, I think some of it is a little justification. Like, you're talking bad about your ex or whatever he was, just so it could like soften the blow from what you're going to do to me.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're trying to empty my balls out. And, you know, you don't have to.
Yeah, you were looking for some new dick. That's all it is.
That's all she's looking for. Yeah. Right. So you don't have to down that guy. But, I mean, the guy probably was fucking boring, though. Maybe the guy was boring.
Yeah.
That still doesn't justify her, you know, talking like that.
But, yeah, but the thing is, like, you probably still going to end up getting back with him.
100%.
After I knock you down and, you know, this relationship or this friends with benefits fizzle out, you're going to go right back to whoever your baby daddy is.
I think the most awkward experience, and I think a lot of men have experienced it, where you dump a clip out, a whole clip, you dump a clip out. And then, you know, you guys do that a few times. And then, like, all of a sudden you on the socials, and the dude that she was complaining about pops up on the feed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this guy has no idea that you had a mouthful of balls last week.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Looking like a chipmunk out here.
She's like, you sound like a defensive coordinator.
No, that sound like German.
That Germans don't sound like that,
Yes,
nigga.
they do.
Germans is like haben Slimer, haben Slimer, That's crazy, man. They created Wiener Schnitzel, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Wiener Schnitzel is like German. It's Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah.
That place is racist. I ain't never going there again.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna move on from that real quick.
No. Oh man.
I'm not going on no Kanye West apology tour.
Yeah, that's wild, right? See, the problem is they want me to apologize for what I said to the Jewish community. But all the Jewish community want to do is take all of my rights. Why I got to apologize? They want Yeezy to always apologize for something that I didn't even do. And you'd be like,
How can I be racist when I got jewels around my neck? You're like, nigga, shut up.
you hear that new song he said?
Nah.
He said something like, I'ma be racist when I just fucked a Jewish bitch.
Yeah, that nigga Kanye.
You seen
crazy.
that?
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
heard that.
come on, Kanye,
Yeah.
man.
That don't mean you're not racist, dog.
Yeah, that was wild.
I do love that Kanye can say whatever he wants to, because that's a wild line.
That is
and
wild.
only Kanye West would say that.
You know, they was listening to that like, what the fuck did he just say?
That nigga Schultz be having me rolling on Brilliant Idiots.
What'd he say?
That nigga be like, did you see the milk though?
Oh, it's up over the breast up. Oh, that was hilarious.
But the milk.
Kanye is just objectifying his wife so bad.
Yeah.
He just posts her tits on the internet all the time. And
Yeah, that's
it's
wild.
it's not right, bro.
Yeah.
Fellas, stop objectifying your girlfriend, bro.
Did you
Stop
see
it.
that homeless guy that was yelling at Kanye?
No, I didn't see it, but I heard the
Yeah.
clip. What was he saying?
He was saying some wild stuff about he was just mentioning like pop culture references towards like Kid Cudi. Like Kid Cudi is like, I forgot what he was saying,
Let me see
but
if I can find it.
it was pretty wild. And the crazy part too is I would imagine Kanye West probably thought that was pretty normal. Like, yeah, seems like he's having a bad day today.
Oh, let me see here.
You found it?
Let me see if I can find it. What?
Let's go on YouTube.
You trying to copy the white boy so fucking bad. You ain't boy. Just know that. He thinks he's so smart, so new, so nifty. You ain't boy.
I hate when they blurt out the cuss words.
Daddy? Dad?
Copy the white boy so fucking bad. You ain't shit, boy. Just know that. He thinks he's so smart, so new, so nifty. You ain't shit, boy. Don't at least not play with Cardi too. I don't know fuck boy. I am the God, homie. Lucifer, homie. You ain't shit, boy. You ain't shit. I guarantee it's me. I guess it's me. It's me. It's me.
Don't do that, man.
It's me, boy. It ain't you. It ain't you, boy. It's me, I guarantee. Now go. Now go. You ain't about shit. Trust me. For one, homie. For the blood, Lucifer, boy.
That's crazy.
That sounds like somebody downtown Bakersfield.
Yeah, I'd be like you ain't shit. Fuck you. You got $1? I'd be like, you talking all that shit, motherfucker. I ain't giving you $1 no more.
No, that's facts.
You get out of here. I think what it was is Kanye was like quiet because he met his match. You're like, oh, this nigga crazy too.
That's what I was thinking.
It was like, yeah, it was like at that moment, you ever seen like Ryu and Ken fighting each other on Street Fighter? And they just both throwing Hadoukens and they keep blocking the Hadouken?
Yeah, they just like evenly matched.
Yeah, that's how
No, it was a better thing would be like the Spider-Man emoji. Like,
They
I mean, not
pointing at each other?
the meme where, yeah.
meme. He's like,
yeah.
you crazy too. These niggas is crazy. All right, switching gears. Why are Gen Zers aging faster than millennials? Expert blames stress, fast food, sedentary lifestyles, and not having a purpose. Let me go ahead and read this article. Why are Gen Zers aging faster than millennials? Experts blame stress, fast food, sedentary lifestyle. And let's see. Gen Z TikTokers are going viral for revealing their true age, leaving followers in disbelief at as they admit, it is up to a decade younger than what they think. So what's behind their premature wrinkles, gray hair, and aged faces? Longevity experts blame a combination of increased stress, more fast and processed food, sedentary lifestyles, and lack of purpose. Before considered to be the Generation Z are those born between 1997 and 2012. They follow millennials, people born between 81 and 1996, and precede Generation Alpha, those born between 2013 and 2024. But while Gen Zers are between 27 and 12 years old, they look more like they're in their mid to late 30s, with some even being mistaken as older than their parents. God damn, you're fucked if you look like that. Here's my thing. I think it's just evolution, man. Have you ever seen what those NBA players look like in the 70s? God damn.
Yeah,
They're
a lot of them was old and bald.
Yeah, there was this dude. I forgot his name. It'll come to me. But this dude was like, he had a receding hairline and shit, and he had like a porn mustache. He was like 23 years old, but he looked like he was like 38, probably older than that. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I think I do think though there's a difference between looking old and a difference in looking mature.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I would be curious, are they like delineating that? Because some people look old, like you'll look at somebody and be like, dang dog, you aging with a vengeance.
Yeah.
But there's some people that just kind of look mature, like, you know, they just, you know, like you said, though, that guy was just probably looked old. But there are some people like LeBron James, for example, he always kind of looked, you know, very mature for his age. I'm pretty sure, like when he was when in high school, they was like, hey, you must look like 25 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. There could be some levels of that, but I think it's also genetic too, because some people genetically just don't look that old. Just, you know, so this is what it is. Like there's certain people that I was running off a list of people that don't look that old, even though they're older. Like Jennifer Lopez doesn't look that old.
Yeah,
Sanaa Lathan looks pretty young. Method Man looks pretty young. He's in his 50s. LL Cool J. Who's another one? There's a bunch of people that look like younger, even though they're older. And
Pharrell.
Yeah, Pharrell's probably the worst one. That dude looks like he could be about 35, man. That dude's got to be in his 50s, dude. How old is Pharrell Williams? That's a good one.
Probably in his, I would say he's in his, if he's not, is he the late, I would say like 49, 50.
Right in there?
Yeah.
We'll see right now. Pharrell Williams, how old is this guy? Pharrell, 50.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Crazy. They did an interview with him about his age. They said, how do you stay looking so young? He's like, I have this skin routine that I be doing, and you just rub the lotion in, you know. And I'm like,
he has I think he had like a little skin. I don't know if it was a sponsorship or something, but I seen a little skin ad with him in there washing his face and stuff.
Yeah. I love Pharrell though, man. He's super dope. I was a huge fan of NERD back in the day.
Yeah, NERD was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would love for them to make another album.
Yeah. And then they had another they had one, what was it? They had a group called the Neptunes too before that.
Neptunes, yeah.
That's when they came out with that.
Neptunes is a producing group.
Yeah. But they had a whole album though.
Oh, they had a Neptunes album?
Yeah, they did. Like that's what that song "Front" was on. I know that I'm carrying on, never mind if I'm. That was that was on the Neptunes album. That was like 2002 when that came out.
That was dope.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, it was towards the end of my senior year in high school, so 03. Wow, man. It's crazy how long ago 2003 was. 20 fucking years ago. Over now, almost 21 now.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
24.
Some people in my graduation class look so terrible. God damn.
I bet. Yeah.
Man, I'm not trying to be a
y'all
dickhead.
Knocking on 40.
Huh?
I say y'all knocking on 40.
Yeah, I've been knocking on 40, man. I'll be 39 in March. But it's just weird, man. We're still what I would consider young adjacent, right? You're not like washed out.
Yeah.
But goddamn, it's some people that you like, fuck, did we even go to school together?
Yeah.
You went, as soon as you turned 30, you turned into the fucking cafeteria lady.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine millennials ain't doing so hot either. If you 30 looking like 50.
Oh yeah, some of them not good. Yeah, but these young, I think I know why these Gen Zs starting to look old, man. It's this thing called fentanyl, right? I think that now The drugs are so fucked up that they gotta do. They gotta get testing. They gotta get these testing kits to do drugs. You know how fucking committed you gotta be to drugs to get
Test
a
the
testing
drugs
kit.
beforehand.
It's
Yeah.
like I want to snort this coke, but I need to make sure
It ain't
you
laced
know.
with meth or something in there.
Yeah, it's like I have to make sure that it's got the right amount of calories in it. Like, what the fuck is this keto coke or what the fuck are you doing?
I think that, like you said, some of it is genetics. There's some people that, regardless of whatever, they gonna be, they always gonna look like 20 something. Like you've ever seen those actors, and they're always able to play like high school students, even though they're like 30 years old.
Mario Lopez was like that for a while.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that, some of it is genetics. I think some of it is just like you said, lifestyle. I think, maybe diets and, the lack of, working out and stuff like that. I do see, even me going to the gym, I see some kids in there, some Gen Zers in there getting their workout on. But I think for the most part, like just the way, kind of scrolling through your phone all day, that can't be the healthiest for you. And then I think people are a lot more like foodies now, like they have these stuff that they see on Instagram and they be wanting to, go buy whatever or like experiment with these TikTok recipes. It's like a bunch of cheese and all kind of crazy stuff on there. So yeah, it's
They be talking in their fat voice.
I want to try to put this cheese together.
I want to put this cheese on.
That's like the universal fat voice.
How y'all doing today?
It's
Today
real like it's deep, it's kind of nasally too.
This is smothered potatoes and get some mix it together. Get you some Worcestershire sauce. Put some Worcestershire sauce on top of that.
And fat niggas, you could always hear them breathe like.
I don't want to say no names, but there's this nigga I used to work with that would be wide awake and he sounded like that.
Yeah.
Like he'd be like, ah.
You should not sound asleep when you awake.
And he was like 2 years younger than me.
Oh no. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you walking around sounding like a pit bull.
I wonder what his life would look like if he what he would sound like if he lost a lot of weight.
He probably just reduced the sound a little bit.
Just be a higher pitch.
No, he would just open his nasal passages a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, That nigga turned into a chihuahua. That's crazy, man.
That's comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like to make a broad generalization over Gen Z because there's some Gen Z people. They're just regular looking people, but there are some people from Gen Z that look fucked up. But I don't know how different it is from all the other generations because it's weird to me. I know some people that are some dudes that go to the. I think it's what's his name? Fuck, it'll come to me. But there's this truck driver. He's like 61. He looked like he's probably 50. Maybe 50 or right in there. He looks pretty young. He's got some guns on him. He works out pretty hard. And I've seen other 61-year-olds that look like fucking Biden already.
Yeah. I think it's like I said, it's hard to say because when you really like if you talk to an esthetician or something like that, or even a doctor, when they talk about whether it's like saggy skin or whatever, or creases or whatever, a lot of it they can't really tell if it's like Botox or diet or if you're not drinking enough water and stuff like that. But I think the best thing you can do is drink water and work out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Only thing I'm afraid of is just my balls just dropping. Because you get older, your balls start hanging.
Yeah.
So ain't nothing you can do about that, man.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have them old balls,
Yeah.
The balls that they just keep on dropping and dropping and dropping, and it's like fuck.
Yeah. They just hanging in the toilet now, huh?
You're like, God damn, now you got cold water balls on it. Like, God damn, now your balls about to flush down the toilet.
Nah, if my balls start to get too long, I'm gonna go get a ball reduction. A BBR.
Oh, what?
A BBR.
What is that?
A big ball reduction.
Oh, dang. Oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be the worst. You know the worst combo? You know what the worst combo in the world gotta be? Is if you got huge balls and a little penis.
Oh yeah,
that'd be terrible.
You just straight balls.
You all balls. You just walk around pants full of balls. That'd be crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, you guys take care of yourself, okay?
Drink some water.
Drink some water, man. And tighten up those balls, man. All right, we got a new segment. And the new segment that we've implemented into the podcast is called What in the World?
What in the world?
What in the world? And we got this topic is definitely a what in the world worthy topic. It is California woman gets probation for fatally stabbing a man she dated, causing 100 sharp force injuries. And the way she got released or how this is handled is absolutely just astonishing. California woman gets probation for fatally stabbing man she dated, causing 108 sharp force injuries. Bryn Spelcher was sentenced to 2 years probation and 100 hours of community service for stabbing Chad Malaya in 2018. After they smoked marijuana, she had faced up to 5 years in prison. Okay, so after she smoked, she stabbed him, right? And a California judge this week sentenced a woman to 2 years probation for involuntary manslaughter in the 2018 fatal stabbing of a man she was dating who sustained more than 100 sharp force injuries. According to attorneys in court records, Bryn Spelcher, 33, faced up to 5 years in prison for stabbing Chad Malaya, 26, in his Thousand Oaks home after pair had smoked marijuana together. Experts for both defense and prosecution concluded that the high-potency pot she smoked caused her to slip into a psychotic state. How the fuck does weed make you? The only thing you gonna go psychotic on from weed is honey buns, okay? If she went into a psychotic rage against a box of Little Debbie's, I get it. But killing a nigga? Was there fentanyl in this weed? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to this. I don't know who this judge is, but she need to lose her motherfucking job.
Yeah.
You went through all this schooling. You did all this shit. You went through all these hours of training to be a judge just to get bamboozled in the... I don't even know why. Like, what the fuck? How do you do this? This is a travesty of
I would
justice.
say that lawyer, whoever that is, they need a raise.
The lawyer is a piece of shit.
Whoever did that, they need a raise, because for you to come up with that, whatever that scenario, he stood in front of the judge and really said that, Your Honor, my client was out of her mind. She smoked a little bit of weed. It was potent weed, and she was not operating under her own will, and she got probation after that. That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy. So you let this psychopath that you stab somebody 108 times, you have the ability to do something like that again.
I think that the involuntary manslaughter is kind of wild.
Sounds very voluntary to me.
Yeah. I don't understand that.
Hey, I don't get that. Involuntary? I guess it's involuntary because she was almost possessed or not in her right mind from the marijuana.
Yeah.
The strain of marijuana made her involuntarily created,
Yeah, when people plead insanity type of thing.
That's fucking crazy.
Nah, that don't work.
That's crazy.
She got off so light. That's somebody. The sad part about it is somebody is missing a loved one now.
Yeah.
And that person, that's not justice by any means. That's the thing that sucks about the judicial system, is that it's too much room for like human interpretation.
100%.
I think that maybe moving forward, there needs to be like less of a gap between like the least sentence and the most aggressive sentence, because for you to have the possibility of like 2 years of probation and then also like 5 years in prison, like those are two drastically different scenarios. So yeah, that's a trip, man.
Yeah, this is wild, man. That's almost like people who get really drunk and have sex and be like, "What happened? I don't even know what we did. Did we have sex?" Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's fucking wild.
What happened? Did you stick your penis in me? Like somewhere around like 8:30 last night. It's like, yeah, you know what's going on.
You know what's going on. He's like, I normally don't do things like this. I normally don't. It's the alcohol. I'm involuntarily sucking your cock right now. Oh my God. This is the best involuntarily blowjob I've ever got in my life.
Oh, Brad, did you hear about the The Vince McMahon.
He stepped down from the company.
Yeah, but did you see the text messages?
No,
that
I
was
didn't.
going back and forth.
What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. He was saying some wild stuff. It was kind of like I don't remember all the things that he was saying, but it seems like he was texting some girl, and the girl was kind of like he was kind of like a cuck in a sense. Like he was just saying like, he loved, how she getting smashed with black penises.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, it was some wild stuff. You could
Why
probably
is it always black guys, bro?
I don't know, man. I'm sure it goes back to like some slavery days.
That's
type
fucking
stuff. But
weird,
that's
man.
Some wild stuff. He was saying some crazy stuff, but so he was saying like, I guess she got sick, or maybe she was just in pain from getting smashed like
Oh
for
my God.
a day straight. But he was like, just let me know when you're healthy again and all this other stuff. And she was like, yeah, I'm starting to feel like myself again, so I'll let you know when I'm good and I'm back
Oh
on.
my God.
That was some wild stuff.
So he's basically like a cuck.
Yeah, I think they're accusing him of like sex trafficking and stuff like that.
Wow.
But yeah, but from the text, obviously that's just a text message, so you can't really say. But it didn't seem that crazy. But yeah, he's out of there.
Oh wow. Let me see here. Let me see something. That's fucking insane. Hold on.
With Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon crude and explicit text revealed in sex trafficking 2 days ago. Let's see what they've pulled up. Okay, let's see if I can just pull up the shit. Sexually abused and trafficked her to staff within the company. Mm-hmm. Wow, dude, this is crazy. Okay, I see the messages here. I love it. That's you, Janelle. You just can't get enough, can you? In the future, it's going to be so bad that you'll demand to be fucked twice a day, and not just with blank in three-way. Why not let others see the beautiful, voluptuous body and watch you shake uncontrollably when you come? They'll go out of their minds. Then I'll find more friends and we'll tie you up so you're helpless. God damn. I'll direct them to have their way any way they want. Who can make you scream the loudest? Maybe I'll just line them up and then squirt in your mouth, your pussy all over your ass. Damn, I don't even want to read anymore. This is fucking wild.
That's nasty. Yeah.
Vince McMahon, this is why he stepped down, dude, because it's those compliments will keep coming, baby. Just wait on. And here's two things could be true. This could be completely disgusting, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But she could have been all for it. She could have been, and this is what people have to understand. It's not, when these things come out sometimes, they come out because the party was like they were literally not being forced, like they were being paid, in addition to them role playing, and then they could turn all this shit around and say, hey, this guy was sex trafficking me. Mm-hmm. Either way, you should never be doing things like this, brother. God damn.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. That's crazy.
Dang.
Yeah. You see the new messages pop up?
No, I was trying to see if he's still married. I guess it looks like
mean, it doesn't matter. His wife probably in on it. Anybody?
No, but he's not married though. He's been divorced.
He seemed like the type of dude to be in the chat like, anybody want to fuck my wife?
Dang.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to fuck my wife for $50,000? Shit. What she look like? I could use $50K right now.
Yeah.
You probably the wrestlers. They probably on the road, and they probably
Yeah. You want to rock bottom into my wife's pussy?
The Rock says.
You want to Stone Cold Stunner my wife's pussy?
Yeah. No. What was the Stone Cold when they be like, oh, he'd be like, we're gonna have some beers. What? Get on the phone. What? You never heard him do that? Mm-mm. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's like the Stone Cold thing. Like he'll get on the mic and he'll be like, we're gonna have one beer, and then all the fans go, what? 2 beers? What? 3 beers? What? 4 beers? What? Like I don't know why they but that's just like
That's his thing.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Yeah, I guess Netflix has a deal with wrestling now. They're gonna be showing wrestling on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Netflix is making some. They're making some decent moves.
Yeah, they made some decent moves. That would be crazy. They're gonna show wrestling, then they're gonna have a documentary of the sex trafficking and wrestling.
Dang. Yeah.
They're gonna have some straight OnlyFans content on there.
Yeah.
That's nuts, man. Yeah. Well,
I think that there are companies that are very. I say it like this. There was what movie was it? God dang. I wish I remember what movie it was. Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas. So Disney owned a subsidiary company called Touchstone, I believe. You might have seen Touchstone on different movies, like the little logo pops up or whatever. And they owned it, and what they would do is if there was a project that they liked, or a script or whatever that they liked, and it didn't fit under their G-rated, PG-rated, content, then they would send it over there. And obviously, it's still a Disney production, but they can do a little bit more risque stuff. So basically, they created the movie, it comes out, and then when it starts to become more successful, then they started to. They brought the project back and they try to make it like a Disney thing. They put the whole Disney brand on it. I say that to say I think that there's a lot of companies that are very they're very aware of their brand. And even though they know that, there's a lot of money in the adult entertainment industry,
right.
They would never put their name on it. But I think that there are still some companies that have like the subsidiary or the sister company that's probably got one foot in the adult entertainment industry. So there's probably like a Disney owned porn company out there somewhere,
probably
that make Blacked or whatever the popular porn site is or whatever, and they Disney is kind of reaping the benefits of it using a Disney quality production. So yeah,
you never know, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we move past that. It's absolutely terrible conversation. We went into Vince McMahon somehow.
Yeah. Shout out to Vince McMahon.
No. Shout out to him, nigga. No, we're not gonna shout that guy out.
Gotta shut that nigga up.
Yeah, let the jail do that. Switching gears, Tiana Taylor, end quote, Iman's leaving me, the kids in the cold, says he cut the house utilities. Let me read this article. Playing dirty in the divorce war, claiming he's slowly shutting down all the utilities in the home where she lives with their two children. TMZ has learned. In the new court filing, Tiana's attorney says she woke up this month in the Georgia home they used to share, only to discover the Wi-Fi and cable was cut off. And one day later, their water stopped running. And she's fully laying blame on Iman. According to the docs obtained by TMZ Hip Hop, Iman moved out back in October, and shortly thereafter, Iman's brother, who handles his personal affairs, told Tiana Iman intended to shut off the power. Since then, she claims Iman hasn't paid a cent of child support or covered any of the kids' expenses, including food and clothing costs. With the water and cable and Wi-Fi now gone, Tiana's attorney says they're concerned he's going to follow through and cut off the gas and electricity. On top of the, Tiana claims Iman left her holding the bag on $200K worth of home renovations he started 3 years ago. In the doc, she says Iman told her his money is tied up in investments and proposed she never cover the costs and he would reimburse her. But she's yet to see a penny from him. Okay, look here, man. First of all, we don't know the inner workings of this, but I will say this. I think that since the man is out of the house, I don't think it's his responsibility to pay for all those fucking utilities anymore since they're divorced. However, if those are my kids in that house, I want to make sure that nothing ever gets cut off until she fixes it, because she's not broke. She's Tiana Taylor, okay? I don't know how much money she's making or not making, but she's making enough money to pay that shit. So that to me that's terrible. Okay. And she was advised by his brother, which is his advisor. So if you're not living in that home anymore, it is not your responsibility to pay that fucking light bill and everything. Because truth be told, he's basically a retired NBA player. So I'm pretty sure it costs thousands to maintain that property. So he doesn't need to pay for the Wi-Fi, none of it. He doesn't live there. He just needs to take care of his fucking kids. That's it. So if I don't know if he is or not. If he's taking care of his kids, then he's doing his job, right? But there's no way there will be any electric or anything getting cut off until it got put into her name. But I think she's the one that has to take it out and change it to her name. But why are we even having these conversations? You got two rich motherfuckers. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I can see if you're broke and you guys are struggling trying to figure it out, but come on. And then you're complaining he cut off the light bill. He did this and that. Baby girl, you make money. Pay the goddamn bill. Like that. I mean, you had a man, and I guess being as you had a man, he was taking care of those household duties. But now that you are divorced, you got a bag. Pay those kids are living with you. You pay for that shit. That ain't for him to pay no more. You know, if, outside of child support or whatever else. You know, once again, I'll say this: if it's affecting the kids in any way, I would not cut off anything that they needed. But she would definitely. I don't know how much warning she had, but they broke up in October. Here it is, fucking the end of January. That's definitely enough time. So yeah, there's that.
I think that one, we don't know how much money Tiana Taylor makes.
Yeah, that's true.
We know that Iman Shumpert, we can literally see his salary. Like, you can go on Google and see how much money he made every year, and then you can see what state he was in, and then you can do you can bust that down in half, and then realize, like, okay, the agent might be getting like 20% of that, and then we could kind of get an idea of how much money Iman Shumpert is making. As far as Tiana Taylor goes, we don't know, because especially because she's in entertainment, and we know that if you're a musician, you're probably not getting paid a lot of money unless you tour. I know she did like a movie last year, but it looked like more of an indie movie. So I'm sure she only got like the SAG minimum for that, which is the SAG minimum for depending on the budget for a film is like $250, $300. So there's a world where she could have gotten, like, on a 20-day shoot, she could have gotten $300 a day. So it's a possibility that she's not getting to it like we think she is. She's just kind of in the limelight. And I think that with that being said, even she's also saying that he's not paying no child support, and for you to have a child, I think that's bare minimum. Like, you don't got the child support is not to support, your ex, even though they have like spousal support and stuff like that. But the child support is obviously to make sure your child has, just decent living conditions. And if they ain't got no electricity or no gas and all that stuff, that's not a safe place for your child to be living in. So
yeah,
we also, like you said, we also don't know, what's real and what's not in terms of like what he's actually doing to provide for his kid. But if this is the case and he not doing nothing for his kids, and this nigga's out of pocket.
Yeah, he way out of pocket if that's the case.
Yeah,
you gotta take care of the home front, man. Yeah. And
especially I think it's difficult too, because they're married, right? And their lifestyle is set up. I think they're married. Weren't they married?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah. So, and their lifestyle is set up in a way where it's designed for them to be living together. So for him to move out, and from October to January, that is a few months to kind of get your ducks in order, but yeah, it is kind of like leaving her out to dry. So I can see a world where, she got to figure it out because they no longer in a relationship, and you break up amicably. But yeah, it ain't is. Yeah, I don't know. I just hearing different stories from artists and stuff like that. Like, you realize there's some really out here getting to the bag, and then there's some out here that's just not.
Some of those got those bad deals too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. For me,
she got a deal with like Pharrell back in the day.
She had a what?
I think she was signed to Pharrell back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What else was he signed to?
She was signed to Kanye West.
Oh, that's all right. Was
Yeah,
it?
so-
It's not good music, is it?
Yeah. So I imagine she ain't got no masters,
Damn.
no nothing. She probably ain't make no money off of her music.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Damn. It's fucked up how people could be that popular and they don't.
She
have-
quit. I mean, she quit music partly because she felt like she wasn't getting the recognition that she deserved from her music.
Was she went into modeling or what?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I don't know what she's doing to get money out here. I do see her. Like, she did do it. Like I said, she did do a movie last year that was pretty well received by the critics. But you know, in terms of her day to day, I know she does like some choreography and stuff like that. But I don't really know how she getting.
Yeah.
She getting
Sometimes
money
people be getting paid from Instagram too, though. They be doing those what they call those paid partnerships. Mm-hmm. And if you go to I've seen some girls that like I don't know who these women are, but they'll pop up on like, you know, people you might know or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then you go to their feed and it's just all like paid partnerships.
Yeah.
It's like Colgate and like, you know, some tire company. It's like, God damn. Mm-hmm. And you're doing that enough, you're getting paid pretty good money.
Yeah.
All these paid partnerships. Oreo cookies.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
it's
Using
like-
your likeness.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
a trip. I don't know what she does. She's not that old though. I think she's what, like, let me see. She can't be no older than like 32, man.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor. She is 33.
Yeah, she's still young.
Yeah, cut utilities in home. That's fucked up.
The movie was called 1001 that she was in. So, yeah, ain't no telling what she got going on out here, but I think that it's just messy. And you know, this scene I think they haven't been too messy in terms of their breakup. I think this is a thing because it reached a court or you know, she's probably filed some paperwork or something like that. But yeah, I just one of the things that I was telling you on the phone, and Shannon Sharp and 21 Savage was just talking about like just privacy, and you know, but then they kind of had a very public relationship, but everything just gets magnified when you're so public about your relationship.
Yeah, it's too much. You giving people too much, man. Like, personally, I think regardless if things go south, good or bad, you're not going to hear me saying bad things about women that I've dealt with. Because there was a time, obviously, that, you know, that we made each other happy. So,
Yeah.
like, regardless of how fucked up things might get, I'm just going to walk away I don't care. If I busted a woman cheating on me and it hurt my feelings and shit and I was fucked up, I still wouldn't talk bad about her. Because I know it doesn't help me. Yo, if you get treated like dirt by a woman, man, you just got to learn to, like, you got to learn from it, man, and move on.
Yeah.
If you're venting about it on social media, it's not going to help you. You just got a bunch of people that want to be in your business. Mm-hmm. You know, nowadays I'm seeing like people have a problem staying together too, man, especially marriages.
Yeah.
And then what it starts off at is like people go public on social media. They post all these colorful photos, and, you know, them licking each other in the face and feeding the other person spaghetti and shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what's the point of all that if you're only going to be divorced in the next 2 months?
Yeah.
You just try to make shit look better than it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's one of those things. I just think that you know, it's I don't think there's any wrong way or right way of doing it, but I just say that it does look kind of crazy when you got, like you said, you posting all these like pictures like everything is good, and then, you know, 2 months from now it's like it's out of sight, out of mind. You archive all the pictures you had with the boyfriend or your husband or whatever, and then you just like you change your bio and all this other stuff.
I think that's a big. It's more of a, I don't know, frequent pictures with your significant other. I don't want to call it a red flag, but it's just unnecessary. Mm-hmm. Like you're living with this person, you're seeing this person all the time. It's like at some point you're just trying to prove something to social media. Mm-hmm. That's all you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and a lot of people too, what I notice when they go on vacations, it's almost like they go on vacations just so they could post it. It's like they go to whatever country, place, whatever, and it's like they give you daily updates. I'm just like, dude, keep those fucking photos.
It's okay to just like have it in your phone.
That's
you
what
know,
we used to
as a
do.
memory. Yeah.
You could post something though. Don't get me wrong. You could post something. Hey, this a beautiful, sunset out here in Germany, wherever you're at. That's fine. But like giving people updates, like guess where I am? I'm in Frankfurt, Germany today, and then I'll be going here tomorrow. It's like, nigga, this is not Dora the Explorer. We're not following your motherfucking page like that.
Guess where I am? I'm at the Wiener Schnitzel in Germany. It's so good.
They have the BBC hot dog here.
The BBC hot dog.
You want the black penis one? You want the the Wiener, black Wiener,
A beef Lena.
You like good, huh? Like you good, like oh my god, what kind of fucking hot dogs they making over here?
That's hilarious.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That'd be weird. I need to look through those text messages with Vince McMahon, but it would be weird if he said some shit about black guys.
Yeah, I don't think he got like specific into like just black men, but I know he did mention some black guys.
Oh, he did mention them.
Yeah,
I don't understand
something about
that.
black penis or something like that.
That's fucking crazy. I don't know why people do that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That's wild, bro. The thing that's wild about the whole stereotype about black men is like we don't create these fucking stereotypes. Other people do.
Yeah.
It's like, man, and the thing that's crazy about it is you can't even be like a normal black guy. You know what I'm saying? If you're a black dude with an average penis, you just a letdown, man.
Yeah. It's like a tall dude that don't hoop or something like that.
You're like a tall person that doesn't play any sport.
Yeah, you like 6'8" and just like, just going to school. You're a waste of height.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's bad. It's weird. What do they call that? What do they call those things? It's all like I guess like a novelty. It's like what happens to Asian women. A lot of people like I love Asian women. They look at them as like a fuck. I forgot what you call it. Like a kink, not a kink, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a fetish.
Fetish. They fetishize Asian women and black men. Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, I love me an Asian. Yeah, I love Asians.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like, stop, bro.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's just a woman at the end of the day, it's just a woman that happens to be Asian.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't
stop.
realize it, but there's a lot of I mean, not I'm gonna say I didn't realize it, but I think it become more aware of it, like the kind of white man and Asian woman kind of dynamic. Like I've been seeing that more and more.
Oh yeah,
more recently.
that's definitely been a thing.
Yeah. They love them some Asian women.
Yeah, yeah. You don't see. I say you probably see that. I think that the most regular biracial couples is like black guy, white woman. But you don't normally see the other one too often. You normally don't. You
Like
don't.
white man.
You don't normally see white man, black woman too often.
Yeah, that's more rare. I would say. I wonder if that differs. I would say like in other parts of California, that may be a little different. Like I'm sure like in the Bay Area, like closer north, it's probably more obviously it's black and white, relationships across the board. But there's probably a lot of those white boy, Asian female relationships.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, especially up north. San Francisco, LA
for sure.
for sure. Yeah. But LA is a little different. Like LA is more they have, I would say Korean. Yeah, I'm about to say more. There's a lot of Koreans out that way. But
they just got Asians.
Asians in general.
Yeah, just in general. Yeah.
Asian invasion.
UCLA.
They be tearing up that 405.
405?
Can't nobody drive over here. Fuck. Trying to get to work. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Whenever something stereotypical happens, I try to hope that it's like it's not who I think it is. Like it'll be a commercial and it's showing like a bucket of fried chicken, and you hear like the narration like, "Do you want some crispy chicken? I'll tell you what. Come on down." And I'll be like, please don't show a black family. Please don't show a black family. And then Wingstop shows an all black family, and the dad gets distracted by the chicken sandwich. I was like, God damn it.
That's how it be. Yeah.
Like, why'd you do that? Why did you fucking do that? Or to be somebody swerving, driving all crazy, and I'm in LA, and I'm like, please don't be Asian. Please don't fucking be Asian, please. And then there's an Asian guy. You're like, God damn it, I don't want to believe the stereotype. I don't want to fucking believe it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's hilarious.
I'm trying not to be racist, but you pull me back in every fucking time.
That was comedy. Yeah. What was the original topic?
We're talking about Tiana Taylor.
Oh, Tiana Taylor. Yeah. I think that's my biggest thing. Like I said, I think that when you look at these celebrities and these relationships, you realize like it's some people, and this is me too, like just interviewing different artists and stuff like that. You realize that sometimes people's notoriety is a little bit more, is a little bigger than their pocketbook, and I've seen that before. You know, you shooting a music video for an artist, and they like, hey man, like, you know, you want to buy this to make the video better or whatever, and they like, dang bro, I ain't really got it. And you're like, dang dog, like you got the bust down chain and streams and stuff like that, and you ain't really getting to the chicken like that. But yeah, that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Prayers, thoughts and prayers.
I mean, these just rich people. They need to figure their shit out. We do it every day.
Yeah.
So I'll save my prayers for somebody else. Switching gears. An online pastor is accused of running a $3 million crypto scam. He claims God helped him. Yeah, this nigga's crazy. Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you ever been in a time of swallowing where things were overwhelming? And
you ever been swallowed up by Bitcoin and scams? Swallowed up.
Have you ever had your huge balls swallowed up? They were hanging so low with so much jizz inside of your balls, and somebody just swallowed everything out of you. An online pastor is accused of running a $3 million crypto scam. He claims God helped him. All right. A Colorado pastor accused of running cryptocurrency scam with his wife has claimed that the Lord advised him to carry out the venture. Eli Regalado, and his wife Caitlin Regalado have been charged with. Stop humming in the mic, Keith.
I'm singing a gospel song. So help me, God. I ain't gonna front. I was not listening to one word you were saying.
Yeah, you went into fucking. I'm like, come on, what's wrong with this guy? This nigga in the microphone. Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring.
Swallowed up.
My heart is so swallowed up. All right, God damn it. All right, let me get into it. Eli Regalado and his wife, Caitlin Regalado, have been charged with civil fraud offenses by the Colorado Division of Securities after the cryptocurrency ranked in almost 3.2 million more than 300 people, according to a press release by the Colorado Department of Regulatory Agencies. The complaint alleges the customer created, marketed, and sold cryptocurrency to members of the Christian community. Regalado, who preaches for the online only, a Victorious Grace Church. That's crazy. He really gamed them up big time, man. This guy's an online pastor.
You got a tech church.
All that fucking money.
Yeah, they got a Silicon Valley church.
Ridiculous. All right. Only Victorious Grace Church targeted believers, telling them that God had told him investors would end up wealthy if they put the money into index coin. The complaint alleges the couple allegedly filled presentations with prayers and quotes from the Bible telling investors that investment would lead to an abundance and blessings. They also allegedly offered their cryptocurrency through an online exchange platform called Kingdom Wealth Exchange, which they created and controlled themselves. So this was an elaborate scheme. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, what I will to make this make this a long story short, people like this deserve to burn in hell, and I'm gonna tell you why. Mm-hmm. You literally got an online church. You tricked people, wrote Bible scriptures, and you wrote biblical related statements and scriptures in order to get people to invest. Like, you literally are the biggest scumbag ever. Mm-hmm. To do some shit like that, man, it's insane. And I hate how people love to use God when it's convenient for them. There was somebody that needed that money, man, and you fucked them. That's fucked up. There was a cop out here. I forgot his name. Something. It'll come to me. But he got busted stealing police evidence right here in Bakersfield. And this motherfucker went on YouTube and made a video that was probably like, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes or something of him just like talking about like, the devil got in me, and I prayed that I had no business doing that, and it's just the devil. It's like, motherfucker, you just got caught, bitch. You knew what the fuck you were doing. You were stealing police evidence. And I feel like anytime an officer does something that intentional with stealing police evidence, they need to get the whole book thrown at them. Because what's crazy is that guy didn't even his sentence was light for what he did. Mm-hmm. My uncle had a federal drug charge, got locked up for, oh my God. He was locked up from the time I was a freshman in high school to about the time I was about 27 years old. Mm-hmm. He was locked up that whole fucking time on a federal drug charge, but this cop gets to walk free after doing that. It's wild.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that people like this get put under the jail. Mm-hmm. Millions of dollars. This motherfucker better do at least, man, he better at least do 15 years for this shit.
Nah, no way.
You don't think so?
Nah, he not doing no 15 years. He gonna get a little slap on the wrist.
It's crazy for that much money. Mm-hmm. This isn't considered. It's not considered grand theft. It's considered, what is it? Just like a white collar crime or what?
Yeah. I think that it's just a scam. It's a scam more than like stealing, if that makes sense. I think he sold a dream more so than he literally stole something from people. So I don't think nothing crazy is going to happen.
That's bullshit though, man.
Yeah. I think it is tricky using, like you said, using the Lord's name to, and I don't know what the actual conversations was on a day-to-day basis, but, I would imagine it's the same conversation around offering. And, the Lord says, if you purchase X amount of Bitcoin or the Valley Baptist Bitcoin, and you'll reap these benefits when the stock goes up or the value of it goes up, you can, cash out or whatever like that. I'm sure that's how the conversation was going. And what happens in church too, there's a lot of older people, like people would, even at our church, it's people with real money. Like, they're nurses and, doctors and business owners and lawyers and architects. There's like people of different professions and, different business owners and stuff like that. And those people are, they can be very gullible, I would imagine. So, if as a pastor, the leader of the church is pitching you on some idea or something like that, I can see how, those older people would just be sending money, at the church. But I think it's one thing that we did at our church last Wednesday. They did an annual, I don't know what you call it, like an annual assembly or something like that, where basically they got up and they got flat on all the things that are going on in the church. So it's like, hey, we have X amount of money inside of our bank account. We just paid off the building with this money, through your tithes and offering, we were able to do this. We're able to give back to this amount of people. And, we have this much in savings to do this with and all this other stuff. So that's the type of transparency that I think is important when you're dealing with a church, because a lot of times, you could be paying your tithes and offering, and I would say your tithes and offering, that's your relationship with God. You know what I mean? Obviously, you will want it to go to the right places, but at the same time, that's with the people that are receiving it and doing whatever with it. They got to deal with that, at the crossroads. But in terms of have you just given, that has nothing to do with what they do with it. But I think that there's a lot of churches that are not that transparent, because there's some churches out here that is making real money. Yeah. And you may not see it, and they may not be making real money, but at the same time, it's like, dang, at least just be, transparent where my money is going if I'm giving 10% of my check and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think they pay taxes either.
Yeah, it's not. It's a nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit, so they're just making bread. That's how you know if you go to like a old church, it's like some church in the middle of the hood somewhere, and the pastor got the newest Cadillac. You like, oh fuck, that's where the money's going.
Yeah, y'all paying his lease, huh?
You paying that motherfucking note,
that car note. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't got too much to take on this, man. It's starting to get a little late, and I know Keith's out of it. He was humming while I was talking and shit.
I was struck by the Holy Ghost, man. Sometimes you just gotta.
You was struck by the holy distraction, nigga. Goddamn.
The holy distraction.
You was like,
That's
yeah,
funny.
man. Yeah. But I mean, I don't got a whole lot to even really dive in on about this, man.
Yeah.
These people, you got to stop. You have to stop viewing people who are in the church as good people. Like that, it's true. They're human
just
beings.
people.
They're just people.
Yeah.
There are pastors at churches that will fuck the whole congregation. Like there are people who will steal, and they're pastors. There are people who are like there are people. I know people that used to cuss in church. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? We're in church. Why are you cussing?
I be hearing that sometimes. I'm like, no, we in church.
Yeah, like what? Are you
at
doing?
least wait till we leave the building. Like you don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like a fan of us, like, you know, a Cowboy fan. They're like, God damn it, come on, Dak Prescott, fuck.
I seen one of my guys who shall remain nameless. I seen one of my guys after church one day, and he looked stressed out, but he was smoking the fattest blunt. I was like, we were literally like, our church is off of White Lane, right? So it's off White Lane and Grissom, right? So we church get out, you know, like we dip, whatever, drive down White Lane. It's what is that? So it's Grissom, and then when you going east, what's the next street where the Carl's Jr. is, and like the New Life Church, and you know White Lane.
You said what's the next street?
What's that? What's the next cross street?
The one that's where like, is there like a 7-Eleven right there?
No, that's far. That's way too far. No, it's literally like, you know, Grissom Park. So Grissom Park.
Yeah.
And you going east.
Yeah.
The next block is where Carl's Jr. is. Is
that's
the Golden Ox and stuff is in that parking lot. Weibel. Okay, yeah. So White Lane and Weibel. So from Grissom to Weibel, I pull up next to him and I see him and I'm like, yo, what's up? And then when I pull up on him, that nigga was smoking the fattest blunt. Like, I was like, bro, I'm like, you good? That nigga was just shaking his head.
He's like, just put my faith in the Lord. I'm like, damn, bro. He's like, man, did you get up there and testify? He was like, I mean, me and my relationship with the Lord is private. Like, this nigga, man.
That's crazy.
You ever see somebody get up in front of the church and like when they testify, they tell all their own business?
You mean like give a testimony?
Give a testimony.
Yeah, testify, and that's something different.
Oh man. I heard some wild testimonies in my day. It's like, I knew life was tough. You know, they kicked me out my house, and I was living on the streets, and you know, I was on them drugs, and
oh God,
I was trying to get my life together, and I kept having sex with all these people, but the Lord brought me back to life. And people be like clapping, but they be judgmental as a motherfucker.
They don't do. I haven't seen that in a minute, like since I was a kid. Like somebody when they would just like, you know, ask people to get a testimony. I haven't seen that in a long time, like since I was real young.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah,
it was a lady that they cut her mic off because she was saying some wild shit. It's a viral video. She's like, "Oh, thank God for everything He done did to me. I was running them streets, licking them balls."
Yeah,
and then they cut her mic off.
Yeah, you got to get out of there.
Yeah,
if that happened, because I work in the sound. Like I work with the board, like the sound board. If that start going on, Bishop will probably give me one of these, and I just have to mute the mic.
But hold on though. But if they want you to give a testimony, then why do you get cut off? Like you got to give them like, you know, a freaking, what do you call it, like a watered down testimony or what?
Bro, you can't be saying that up there.
You can't be like, you can't say that you used to be a prostitute.
Nah, you got to clean it up, bro. Like you can just say I was.
You can't clean up prostituting.
You can just say I was out there on the streets. I was out there on the streets. I was doing my thing. Cause it just got to be palatable.
Man, that whole church already know you selling pussy. You ain't got to get up there and lie.
Yeah.
I know one dude said, like, I used to be a Crip. I used to put in work. And, people that know me know I used to put in work. They know I used to put in work. And, I gave my life to the Lord. And it's been different for me ever since. I slipped up here and there. But, I give my life to the Lord, cuz. And I appreciate what he did for me and my family.
It's definitely we've seen it a couple times where niggas be in there gangbanging, like, it'd be like, take me to the king.
He throwing signs.
He'd be like, nigga, what are you doing?
Nigga act like he about to get put on to the hood.
Yeah, it's like, never would have made it without you, cuz I would have lost it all.
Out there, Crip, gangbanging. Oh man, that's wild, man. I think it's some churches where they do they serve like the what do you call it? They serve the underserved. They serve people that's like gang members and stuff like. Have you ever heard of like Victory Outreach?
Yeah.
It's always like gang members.
Yeah, it'd be like, we're out
gang
there in the community just changing lives, and it's always like a Sereno or something. Like, nigga got hella face tattoos, giving his life to the Lord. I'm going to pray for you, brother.
Yeah, it's like, had this been 3 years ago, I would have stabbed you, but because the Lord saved my life, I'm going to spare yours. You know what I'm saying? Take this little pamphlet or whatever, homie, and then like try to apply it to your life, dog.
This scripture really helped my life, eh? Like,
do you know the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Holmes? You be like, yeah. Like, take this pamphlet, fool. Be like, oh, okay, thank you, sir.
Fool. Yeah. It was a church event that I seen. This I know, like, every church is, I wouldn't even say every church is different, but just people in churches is different. Everybody like kind of like praises the Lord at their own kind of discretion. There was an event that we did. It was like a Christian comedy show kind of thing, and it was literally at the church. And I would go through, and they're like, it's like, hey, there's going to be food served. There's drinks back there. Everybody come here. We have a good time. We have some good laughs, and we go home in the name of the Lord. And then they kind of just do like a little prayer or whatever. And when I heard drinks, I'm thinking they gonna have like, like soda or juice or something like that. But no, they had actual alcohol. They were serving actual alcohol at the event. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. So, Jesus turned water into wine. So I guess it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, it's time to wrap it up, man.
Yeah.
Well, look here, folks. If you made it to the end of this episode, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Finks.
We're out of here.
Peace.